You are different, just like us. Together we laugh at conformity and love diversity.
Oh shit.
Like an old red light and meatpacking district, now a creative melting pot, buzzing with authentic vibes, spanning the gulf between ethnic chic and sustainable vintage.
What?
Contrast is our fuel and our preferred fetish. Like quirky cafes and original microbreweries neighbouring fishmongers, local art galleries and buzzy sustainable restaurants. We don't do fashion, we do style. That's what we wear, that's what we live. We're inspired by originality.
This is the most
by new
hipstery thing in
sights,
existence.
sounds and tastes. We're life aficionados, and the city is our stage. It's our playground.
Oh.
Labels are for other people.
What?
We design
Labels are for other people. Not us, though. I can think of multiple labels to give you guys. What is going on
our
here?
own experiences.
You think this is a
when
satire?
we shop, eat, drink and party.
It has to be. But
We
why has
do
it got so
in
many dislikes if
places
it's a
with an
satire?
atmosphere we know as second to none. We're not the future. We are the present. We are happening. And no one tells us where to go and where to stay.
Yeah, it sounds like a satire because of the way he's pronouncing his words. It almost sounds like he's laughing as he's saying the stuff. I would assume it's a satire, but these days you just don't know. So we're going to talk about Dave Kosak, who has been working at Blizzard for the longest time, actually, is another one of those Blizzard employees that has now left the company. After 12 years, Dave Kosak leaves Blizzard Entertainment, and he's left them for Deviation Games, so we're going to take a look at that in a moment. The reason why I took a look at this video is because this was inspired by essentially taking a look at the website for Deviation Games. I couldn't find any games that they've created so far, so it seems like a new development, but it was one of these like strange things right here. It's not about being right. It's about making decisions, then making them right. It just sounded so ridiculously like hipsterish and SJW style that it threw me through a loop from going from this. So that's what that's all about. But we'll read this article. Dave Kosak, former lead mission designer on the Hearthstone team, announced on Twitter that he has left Blizzard Entertainment after 12 years. Dave joined the Hearthstone team in November 2016. Mean Streets of Genshin. He was previously the lead narrative designer for World of Warcraft. So he worked on like the Warlords of Draenor. He was the guy that was talking about how savage it was going to be. He's responsible for the character. I'm not sure what he did before the Warlords of Draenor. I'm surprised we don't get much more information in regards to that. So it says that he's joining the Deviation Games studio and they're working on a secret project for now. So he says on his Twitter, big announcement time. After 12 remarkable years and countless adventures, I am moving on from Blizzard Entertainment. The other week, I bid a fond farewell to the orc who is dutifully wearing his mask. I will very much miss all of my Blizzard colleagues. So he also says, if you follow me because of the Hearthstone, no need to worry. Last week we announced a great expansion, a new mode, and so and so. So he's still sort of being polite and promotive towards essentially the company that he's now left at this point. He also says, and of course, Shadowlands is around the corner for World of Warcraft. I will be adventuring right alongside you. I'm honored to have contributed to the Warcraft universe and excited for what's to come. And he also says, what's next for me? I am pleased to announce that I've taken on an important role at Deviation Games. We are building something secret but amazing. I can't say any more, but I promise it will make you go, whoa. So I quite liked Dave. I didn't know him particularly well. And as far as I knew, it was basically just Warlords of Draenor and Hearthstone is what I can confirm that he's done. But he must have worked on other projects because he's been at the company for 12 years. So another one of these guys that's been at the company a very long time now. They've lost almost pretty much all of them, I would say, apart from obviously Samwise Didier. It's a shame, but I'm hoping he's happy. But that was what made me be curious about where it is he's going. Like, what's the incentive for him to leave, especially after that many years, because you'll be one of the more main guys after that amount of time. So he's leaving it essentially for a new development company that actually hasn't released any games, and not so sure how that's going to work out for him. So there's a Reddit post here that goes over this. And they had some funny comments, and they kind of referred to what was going on. So this is sad news. Dave is such a legend, and it's going to be sad not seeing him all the weird and quirky videos that they do at each release. So he seemed like a pretty awesome stand-up guy, like a good fun guy. And I don't think there was any issues there. So perhaps he did move on for the right reasons because he wanted to move on. But you do have to wonder, with pretty much every Blizzard employee suddenly disappearing. I did, when I first read the news, think that he might have gone to Dreamhaven when I saw that he left Blizzard. Because if he did, that would have been like, oh my goodness, another one has gone on to Dreamhaven. Wouldn't be surprised. I'm surprised he almost didn't, actually. He maybe signed the thing for Deviation Games before Dreamhaven became sort of more aware. But very much the greatest source of enthusiasm since Ben Brode. You will be missed. Yeah, I think that's a good point. Like, Ben Brode was someone that worked on Hearthstone. It was the major part of it, and he also left Blizzard. This was at least a few years ago now, so that was a shame when that happened because he was, very inspiring kind of guy. And then Dave obviously took up the mantle there and did a great job of also being sort of happy-go-lucky in terms of his attitude. This is where he is going. Deviation Games, I'll let you judge the quality of their statements for yourself. Deviation isn't a company, it's an attitude. I feel like I aged 10 years just reading this. The whole 5-mission statement thing, like it was written by a business major that thinks his ideal partner would be a clone of himself. It's the most tepid circle jerky thing I've read in a while. Yeah, there's a lot of that kind of stuff, hence the whole hipsterish style. Because as soon as I started reading through this thing, it said, congrats, you've changed direction. And I started joking with the stream. I said, oh, I've been hired. I got in. They just hired me. Shit. All right, here we are. What am I going to be doing? What have you hired me for? So take the scenic route. Be humble. So I have to check my ego at the door and collect it when I leave. I mean, I prefer to keep the ego with me at all times if I can. Love what you do. That makes sense. Challenge assumptions. No amount of R&D on the candle would invent the light bulb. Push boundaries. There is no fear in this dojo. The new, innovative, and unorthodox are always welcome. So I think this is, it's inspiring to have these kind of attitudes with which the company will build itself upon. However, it does come across a little bit cliche in many aspects as well. So a little bit wishy-washy. But if Dave is happy moving on, then I'm happy for him because he seemed like a stand-up guy. So it seems like a shame that he's left Blizzard. But I thought I'd raise this just so you guys can maybe pipe in the comments as to why you think he may have left. Is he just leaving because he's happy to move on to a new adventure? Or is it more to do with Blizzard being who they currently are these days and he's leaving because of Blizzard, not because he wants to necessarily leave? I don't know. I thought I'd raise it because I was genuinely curious about that. But there you go. Take care. I'll see you later.